Hello students, our Indian economy is divided into two parts, private sector and public sector. Private sector we have already run in this chapter. We are doing public sector, and in public sector we know that this sector is classified into three types. One is departmental undertaking, and the second one is statutory corporation, and the third one is government companies. So we are discussing today about statutory corporations, as we have already discussed about the departmental undertaking. So you know now what are departmental undertakings. So now continuing with the next topic, statutory corporations. So you know the meaning of statutory corporations, as we have already discussed in the last lesson. Statutory corporations are the corporations that are formed by a special act of parliament. So in this act, all the powers and functions are also defined. The powers and functions defined in this act, the corporations work according to these powers and functions defined in the act. So these powers are the boundary walls for these type of corporations, because the public corporations cannot go beyond these powers, and they do their functions according to the functions defined in the act. So they work as the powers and functions defined in the act. So next is, this has a separate legal entity. That means separate legal entity means they can purchase any asset in their own name, they can sue and can be sued, and they have a separate legal entity. That means they are artificial persons. These type of corporations are artificial person. They can purchase property and they can file a case upon anybody. So these type of corporations are provided the help of capital by the government. So government provide them capital for running their business, and even they can take loan from public sector too. From public they can borrow, and even they are free to take help from government. So government provide them capital, and they also can borrow from public. Next point is income and expenditure. So as departmental undertaking show income and expenditure statement in their budget to parliament, but these corporations need not to show their income and expenditure in the parliament. So these corporations are free from this activity. Reserve Bank of India, State Bank of India, these corporations are the example of statutory corporations. So this is the meaning of statutory corporations. For just a recap, so we are moving towards their advantages. So first advantage is autonomy in operation. What does it mean? Autonomy in operation means they can do their workings as they like. Autonomy in operation means they are free and they can do their workings as they like. So autonomy in operation means as the government providing them capital, but they are free from government interference. So no government interference is there. They are doing their workings as they like. Next is the quick decision. Quick decision means they can decide and they can implement. जैसे ही वो डिसाइड करते हैं तो वो इम्प्लीमेंट भी कर सकते हैं। जैसे हमने डिपार्टमेंटल अंडरटेकिंग में देखा कि सभी एक्टिविटीज़ जो हैं वो गवर्नमेंट अथॉरिटी देती है, तो उसकी परमिशन के बाद ही वो इम्प्लीमेंट होता है। तो इसी तरह ही जो भी हम इम्प्लीमेंट करना चाहते हैं डिपार्टमेंटल अंडरटेकिंग में हमने देखा कि जो भी हम इम्प्लीमेंट करना चाहते हैं वो प्रोसेसिंग में ही रह जाता है, इम्प्लीमेंटेशन तो उसकी होती ही नहीं। बट अगर हम स्टैट्यूटरी कॉरपोरेशंस की बात करें तो उनके अपने रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस हैं और उनमें फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी है. दैट मीन्स दे कैन चेंज देयर रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस अकॉर्डिंग टू देयर रिक्वायरमेंट. सो क्विक डिसीजंस इज देयर. क्विक डिसीजन मीन्स दे हैव देयर ओन बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स एंड बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स जो हैं वो अपने बिजनेस को रन करने का एक प्रॉपर उन्होंने रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस बनाए हुए हैं. तो उन रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस के अकॉर्डिंग अगर उनमें कुछ चेंजेस भी करनी होती है दे कैन चेंज, एंड इफ सम चेंजेस आर रिक्वायर्ड सो क्विक डिसीजन इज टेकन. सो बिकॉज नो गवर्नमेंट इंटरफेरेंस इज देयर. नेक्स्ट इज एफिशिएंट मैनेजमेंट. सो एज आई हैव टोल्ड यू दैट बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स आर देयर. बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स they appoint employees under them and they work under specified rules and regulations, and the salary given to employees are very much sufficient. So the incentive given to them, they make their employees satisfied. तो जैसे बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स रूल एंड रेगुलेशंस बनाते हैं उनकी वर्किंग्स उसके अकॉर्डिंग होती हैं. तो इस तरह से जो भी उनके रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स होते हैं, बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स होते हैं, वो उस अकॉर्डिंग ही वर्क करते हैं. सो एक एफिशिएंट मैनेजमेंट होता है. दैट मीन्स कि अगर हर पर्सन एग्री रहेगा, टर्म एंड कंडीशन स्पेसिफाइड होंगी और उन कंडीशन टर्म्स के अकॉर्डिंग हर एम्प्लॉय अगर सफिशेंट सैलरी और इंसेंटिव्स के साथ वर्क कर रहा है, दैट मीन्स कि वो एफिशिएंट मैनेजमेंट है वहाँ. सो एफिशिएंट मैनेजमेंट है एडवांटेज. नेक्स्ट वी हैव सोशल सर्विस मोटिव. द मोटिव ऑफ दिस टाइप ऑफ कॉर्पोरेशन इज द वेलफेयर ऑफ द सोसाइटी. सो एज वी नो दैट प्राइवेट सेक्टर, in private sector the purpose of their running their business was to earn money, but in public sector we have seen that the motive is for the welfare of the society. So for welfare of society the public sector is being run, and for welfare of the society is the first priority for them, and then the profits are the second priority. So we can say the social service is more important for them, these type of corporations, and the welfare is the more important function for them, and the profit is less requirement for public corporations. Next is protection of public interest. So we know that they are safeguard for public because social service motive is there. So protection of public interest. So public interest is also taken care in these type of corporations. No income and expenditure are shown in the parliament, and these are not represented in parliament as in budget. So they all the public interest is taken care, and they are answerable to parliament also. And parliament, what happens, parliament see what are the earnings and what are the workings of these type of corporations, and they do according to they work according to public interest. So public interest is also taken here, and we know that these type of corporations are formed by special act of parliament. So once again if we see autonomy in operation is there. That means वो अपने decisions जैसे भी लेना चाहें ले सकते हैं, उनमें changes करना चाहें कर सकते हैं. They are free, no interference is there from government side. Next is quick decision. Same point is here that quick decisions can be taken as flexibility is there in this type of corporation. Next is efficient management because of board of directors, because they have appointed employees and these employees are getting sufficient salary, so efficient management is there. Next is the social service motive. So welfare is more important than profit, and the next point is protection of public interest. So all these type of corporations are answerable to parliament. Even then they are not presenting their income and expenditure statement or income and expenditure report to the parliament, but they are answerable to parliament, or parliament see whatever they are doing. So working of these type of corporations are under the act of parliament. So parliament see all the acts and workings and functions of these type of corporations. So public interests are taken care, and these type of corporations are formed by special act of parliament. So these are the advantages of public corporations or statutory corporations. Now let us see what are the disadvantages of public corporations. The first disadvantage is incomplete operational autonomy. So in advantages we have read this, that these corporations have autonomy in operations. That means वो कुछ भी करना चाहे वो कर सकते हैं, अपनी पावर्स को यूज़ करके उसके अकॉर्डिंगली वर्क कर सकते हैं. बट यहाँ डिसएडवांटेजेस में आई हैव रिटन दैट इनकम्प्लीट ऑपरेशनल autonomy. That means they can use their powers, but beyond powers if they want to go, that is not allowed. So incomplete operational autonomy is there. They have autonomy in operation, but according to the powers given to them. अगर वो पावर से बिल्कुल बाहर जाके कुछ करते हैं, गवर्नमेंट के एक्ट के अकॉर्डिंग दी हुई रिस्ट्रिक्शंस के बाहर जाके कुछ करते हैं, तो वो यहाँ पे अलाउड उनको नहीं है. सो दिस यू कैन टेल इन द डिसएडवांटेजेस ऑफ पब्लिक कॉर्पोरेशंस. Next we have lack of competitive feelings. So we know that welfare of the society is the priority in these type of corporations. But whenever we see welfare of the society, so the competitive feelings is not taken care. So competitive feeling is not there in the public corporations. They are run by their departments. They know that they have government with them to provide finance, and they do nothing except the welfare of the society. So welfare of the society is the priority to them. But if we see according to private sector, if they want to compete, they cannot compete because they have not competitive feelings. Next we have political interference. So political interference is there, as we know that government provide them finance and the capital provided them by government. So according to that, government appoint advisors. तो गवर्नमेंट जब एडवाइज़र अपॉइंट करती है कॉरपोरेशंस में, बेशक वो एडवाइज़र हैं, उन्होंने सिर्फ एडवाइस करनी है, बट कुछ भी ऐसा इन कॉरपोरेशन में पॉसिबल नहीं होता कि अगर एडवाइज़र्स हैं तो वो पॉलिटिकल इंटरफेरेंस भी ऑटोमेटिकली ही उसमें आ जाता है. सो पॉलिटिकल इंटरफेरेंस इज देयर बिकॉज ऑफ एडवाइज़र्स. नेक्स्ट इज इग्नोरिंग सर्विस मोटिव. We have written here that competitive feelings are less because they are considering upon welfare of the society. But even then they are ignoring the welfare of the society. Even then they are ignoring the service motives. Why? Because board of directors that are appointed by the government, they use their powers for their own purpose. So if they use their powers for their own purpose, so welfare is ignored. अगर कुछ भी अपॉइंटमेंट्स होती हैं तो उसमें भी एक ऐसा सिनेरियो होता है कि करप्शन हो जाते हैं. हम देखते हैं कि कुछ ऐसे बेशक यहाँ पे अपॉइंटमेंट्स होती हैं, बट रिलेटिव्स को पहले अप्रोच किया जाता है. रिलेटिव्स हों किसी के तो उनको पहले चांस दिया जाता है. तो अगर बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स हैं वो अपनी पावर्स यूज़ करते हैं, बट वो अपने पर्पस के लिए करते हैं, तो इस तरह से वेलफेयर इग्नोर होता है और करप्शन एग्जिस्ट करता है. सो दीज आर डिसएडवांटेजेस इफ वी सी वंस अगेन. इनकम्प्लीट ऑपरेशनल ऑटोनॉमी, लैक ऑफ कॉम्पिटिटिव फीलिंग्स, political interferences there. Next we have ignoring service motive, and if you want to write some more disadvantages you can write, but the concept should belong to the disadvantages, and the concept should belong to the negativity of public corporations if you are writing in the disadvantages. And if you are writing any point in the advantages side, that can be written, and that can be according to the positivity of these type of corporations. So if you want to write positive sides and the advantages, you have to choose positive points, and if you want to write disadvantages, then you have to choose negative points, and you can write your own points too.